My name is John Coleman, farm with my brother Les and my son Brandon, who's coming into the operation. We farm about 800 acres in the Kippen area. We predominantly grow corn, soybeans, and wheat. Everything's for seed except for the corn. So we're seed farmers, so we pride ourselves on that. We're minimum till. We do a lot of vertical tillage. I'd say we switched probably 10 years ago, if not more, from plowing to an airway system in the fall and then come in with vertical tillage in the spring. Our soybeans go into corn stalks, which if the fall allows us, we go in with our airway, a double bar airway unit, work it in the fall. I'll come in and I'll put the burn down with Optill and hit it probably twice with the vertical tillage unit and plant it. Now, this is the first year to try Optill. I've put it beside Boundary and Conquest in Roundup Ready soybeans. We sprayed it as a burn down and came in with vertical tillage, so they're just side-by-side comparisons. At the start, I didn't notice a lot of difference, but as the days went on, there was a lot more pigweeds coming out in the Boundary and the Conquest, where not in the Optill. It was clean. Optill is there for residuals, so the less times I have to be in the field, the better I'm saving compaction time, diesel used to get into the field. So if I can do it in a one pass, that's what I like to do. I'm definitely concerned about resistance. That's something that's always on my mind, especially Roundup, because everybody's using Roundup and that's in all the technology, and it just especially concerns me. I try to change up my chemicals if I can and hit it with something different, mix something different in all the time, give it a look at something else and get away from the resistance issue. Optill is very clean. I definitely recommend to use Optill, and I think it looks like it's going to be a great chemical, and I'd like to see it again in different weather conditions, but I feel that it'll do the job, because this year was a pretty tough spring.
My name is Stefan Zettner. I farm outside of Hensel, Ontario. I farm with my dad. We run around 1,200 acres of corn, beans, and wheat. In the past, we've always been no-till farmers, but in recent years we've noticed corn stalks getting a lot tougher to deal with, so we've switched to vertical tillage. We decided to try Optill this spring to get the residual control we were looking for, especially in triazine-resistant lamb's quarters and things of that sort. And you could see it probably about 10 days after application. I would say you could start to see the first signs of difference when you were walking in the field. You could see the difference from the road probably 2.5 weeks later. I was happy with that, and hopefully it comes through in the yield in the end. Around here we've got a lot of group 2 and triazine resistant weeds, and Optill and Integrity have both done a really good job of holding those back, which a lot of the other products on the market have failed to do for us, so we've been really happy with it. It allowed me to wait a lot longer to go in with my second pass of glyphosate and get some of the late grasses that usually come up, and I didn't have any problems with broadleaves getting too big, so worked good. Going into corn stalks in the spring, if we have heavy perennial weed pressure, we'll do a burn down first with Optill, work the field, and plant into that. We're trying to do as much as we can to mix up their chemistries as well as we can to avoid glyphosate resistance. I would recommend Optill to my neighbors.